Welcome, everybody, to Love Sam, a game that I discovered quite literally like an hour or 45 minutes ago. I know basically nothing about it. It has what seems to be a very unique way of telling a story, so let's just get into it and see what happens. Alright, so it's a cozy little apartment. Pretty sure the whole game takes place inside this apartment. See what we got. Get a little nosy, shall we? Anything in the microwave? Oh, anything in the fridge? Uh, really, not much. I guess we don't need food. Well, we probably ate all of our food. Wait, did I just dish soap in the fridge? All right. I mean, sure. Not gonna question it. Okay. Anyway, sit down and my dirty little secrets. Read on to move on. Get a pencil. Uh, oh, aha. That's weird. The last human on Earth was sitting alone in a room. There came a knock on the door. Hmm. I've never cared for keeping a diary, but now seems like a good time to start keeping one. Why? Because after all these years, I just can't forget about what used to be the light of my life. I know, over dramatic. Knowing Brian Calmer as much as I did is bound to leave that big of a chunk of residue. A chunk of residue, that's one way to put it, I suppose. Let's just say this diary is what's left of our relationship. And this page turning mechanic is weird. 3 years. No. 3 years have passed and the world around me is still the same. Well, except for me. I look like a mummified corpse. That's a lovely image. Go outside. Touch grass. What would B say if he saw me again? Bean left Rosen Peak the moment he graduated high school to go to a fancy college of his dreams. Since then, I can only rely on my memories of him to keep on going. I wonder if it was the same for him, too. Well, they never know. When you love someone, his whole existence just gets etched into your brain. No matter how much B changes, I always know it's him. But, will B do the same for me? I know B liked me a lot, too. But he's not the most likely person to remember stuff. Considering how long 3 years felt for me, it's impossible. But it's possible. He did forget about me. Or am I giving him too little credit? So here comes the big question. Who's messing with my lights? Is that the question? Will he remember me? Oh no. A Luigi board. Is this where I need the pencil? Okay. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Circle yes? Oh. Nah. Okay. Alright. Who am I kidding? It's B we're talking about. We didn't have the most perfect relationship, but he won't just dump his memory of me down the toilet or something. He's too much of a nice guy for that. And don't forget cute. I just hope our time together was meaningful enough to him, enough to make him cherish even the darkest ones. Hmm. Speaking of cherishable memories, I wonder what happened to Joe's Diner. Used to be my favorite place. Naturally, because it was B's favorite place to begin with. If there were two things that were too good for Rosen Peak, it would be Brian and Joe's Diner. Home of the best pancakes in the world, Brian Calmer. 5 stars. Okay. Things were so much easier back then. You could just go, hey. And I'd be like, hey. Nothing but hanging out after that, with some occasional visit to Colton Hill. We had such a good thing going. Will he remember my voice? Will he say, hey, to me again? Did time actually ruin a... Hello? I can hear you breathing. Hello? Okay, alright. Ah, a little bit of foreshadowing going on there. I just wanted to say hello every time I called him. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read. What I want to do and can do are two different things, as always. Just enjoying B's presence on the other side of the phone was satisfying, too, in a way, though. Hey, I imagined him eagerly waiting to hear something other than my breath. Hi. Just, hi. Ah, okay, alright. I see how this is gonna go. Alright. I wish I could sneak into people's minds, look beyond their eyes, just by staring. If I had that power, I would never stop looking through B's window. Okay, the rain's getting in. Yeah. Eh. Eh. Can I not close that? Okay, there we go. Alright. Go on my diary to get wet. Ink will run. You weren't there before. August 21st, 2006. That, as a debut outfit, I admire your confidence, Sam. And with that, my whole high school years were probably over. First day of new school, the new girl in town gets classified as undesirable by what seems to be the queen of Wayrite Academy. I spent last night telling myself, confidence, Sam, confidence. But looks like I should have spent that time picking better clothes. I try not to care too much about blending in, but these kids already look at me like I'm candy handed out by strangers. The package seems fine, but you know, there's something fishy in there. Judging from their whispers, I could figure out they didn't know Wayrite even accepted transfers. It's been less than 24 hours since I moved to Rosen Peak, and I already enjoy sitting alone in my dorm room more than attempt socializing with people who call me a city girl. Well, screw you too, hillbillies! Yeah, you tell 'em, Sam! Besides, I decided not to force myself into making friends after how my old friends decided to turn on me. I just hope these guys leave me alone at least. Keeping a diary sure can help keep things together in all the chaos. I haven't kept a diary since kindergarten, but this seems like a good time to restart. Kudos, Mom, for giving me the advice. Oh shoot, almost forgot to call her. Write you later, diary. My only true friend, love, Sam. I'm supposed to get up and call my mom? Oh, okay. Alright. Will B remember the moment he came into my life? For me, it is as clear as the moment he left. So clear that the downfall of our relationship still cuts deep into my heart. Stranger, friend, special someone. Gunshot wound. Hello? Hello? Hmm. No one in here yet? Something's gonna be in this mirror at some point. I'm calling it right now. Anyway, close the door for me, please. Thank you. Yeah, life in Rosen Peak was a jar filled with bittersweet candies. Not exactly tasteful, but I've learned to enjoy it. Nevertheless, it's where my heart lies. Wrote a poem in B's memory. He used to struggle with Miss Lasley's poetry practices, even if he didn't have to try that hard. Miss Lasley always told us poetry is not about using fancy words. Let your feelings do all the work. Well, this is how I feel. I stand at his doorstep, heart filled with desire. He rushes down the stairs, heart red like fire. But before his spirit can soar, first he must answer the door. Oh boy. Hello? Hello? Better actually be someone at my door. Ooh. Hello? See a dirty hallway. You should think it's a dirty hallway. Really not much going on out there. Can't imagine I can actually... Oh, can't open the door. Okay. Oh, the thunder got me. Alright. Yeah, you weren't here before either. August 22nd, 2006. Stacy is a classic. FYI, she's the one who talked crap about my favorite vintage shirt. It's like she jumped straight out of a cheesy teen drama, blonde, hot, always talking, and a cheerleader. She even has a beefy jock for a boyfriend. Oh boy, his name's probably Chad. I didn't want to start talking shit about someone already, but how could I resist? Every time I get in Stacy's view, triggered by obvious backbite. I'm seriously starting to think she's under a curse that kills her if she stopped talking about someone else. I'm Stacy, I'm pretty. Sadly, coping with her bitchiness wasn't the hardest part of the day. Mom called again. As far as she knows, it's just rainbows and butterflies here in Rosen Peak. I can still remember the complicated faces she made when I told her that my application was accepted by Wayrite. None of us were expecting them to approve a transfer request of a 11th grader. Even if she told me she understands my need to move out of the city, I really feel guilty for leaving her alone. I already messed up your last runaway chance, Sam. Get yourself together. If not for you, then for mine. Hey. Other Wayrite kids were so predictable. The doors were already open even before I put my hand on the knob, but B's door was closed shut and so beautifully painted. Everyone liked him, but couldn't get him to open up. I knew there was something more behind that pretty paint, something behind his bright smile. But on the other hand, being able to hang out with him was a good enough blessing for me. Enough to make me want to never leave his side. Never, ever. No, this is starting to get kind of weird. Bailey, I don't know what you're supposed to be. Oh, you're getting closer. Okay. Something's gonna jump out at me here. Oh, hello. Oh, alright. Oh, of course. Okay, well, I only need one light. It's fine. It, sets the mood. Some ambiance, if you will. Uh-oh. Apparently something else I'm supposed to do. August 24th, 2006. My first Rosen Peak weekend. As the name itself gives away, the small town fits perfectly as a setting for a mystery horror genre. Lush forest, endless hills, and a lake that I'm certain is hiding a couple of dead bodies. I could pay a visit one day and take some gorgeous shots. As for now, I'm just gonna leave those ELI on my to-do list. Oh, points of interest on my to-do list, I assume. Which is already filled with a crazy amount of homework. I now know why youngsters of Wayrite will try their best to get as far away from school as possible. After class to escape from choking on the pressure that teachers give them. Even on weekdays, pretty girls like Stacy will have their boyfriends give them a ride, and others make use of the power of public transportation to get to the more crowded part of town. I don't know why there's so much emphasis on public transportation. It does feel too quiet when no one left from school, but at least I don't feel as lonely as I was in San Diego. At least I don't have to watch everyone I know turn their faces away like I'm some kind of demon spawn. It could be worse, I guess. At least I don't have to be reminded how fucked up things can be in a single moment. Moving on won't be easy, but as long as I keep myself busy, it won't be that hard. As for my weekend plan, I'll just improvise in the morning. Write you later. Love, Sam. He was always pushing his limits. Well, it was more like he was always being pushed, but he was good at it. That's why he naturally became the best quarterback of the team while maintaining a high grade for a star player. He was the best quarterback Wayrite could ask for. Seeing him running all sweaty on the field always triggered something tingly within me. Something that made me want to catch him behind his back and never let go. All sorts of feelings and thoughts were pumped relentlessly into my brain with every heartbeat. It gave me a bad headache, a good kind of bad headache. I wanted it to stop. I wanted it to never stop. But as soon as B gave me that, hey, all those headaches were washed away. It used to be the best prescription I could ask for. Take away the pain, let only the good things stay. Oh, that's fun. So, I think what that's telling me to do. Can I turn my lights back on yet? No. Ah! Oh, okay. There we go, I guess. Not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. So it definitely looks like it's telling me to go over here and look into the peephole, but it just keeps trying to open the door. Did I break something? Hello? Oh, okay. That's what it was. Was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, we got one of these now. Alright, make progress. August 31st, 2006. Well, boarding school way-right intellectuals are not that interested in becoming intelligent. Visited the library today, and two things surprised me. One, the place was much bigger than the one in my old school. Someone could get lost in there. Two, I had a strong feeling that people rarely visit the library, maybe because they feared getting lost in there. The place was too clean, even the books were shown little signs of human touch. Now I feel sorry for complaining about Miss Lazley's book assignment. I wonder if Stacy's even thinking of picking a book. With her admiring her boyfriend Kyle's tattoos all day, I doubt she has spare time to do that. Is she depending on Kyle to do the reading for her? Seriously? According to what I saw so far, he's either busy reacting to whatever's coming out of Stacy's mouth, or working up some shenanigans with his jock buddy, Brian, was it? So, yeah, right. In the meantime, I should be more concerned about myself than the well-being of the whole school. Way too cool for books. Alright. Open those eyes, no need for words. The sweetest love songs, those eyes utters. What? So turn around. Hello, friend. I'm sorry. Why'd you take a picture of me with my stick? Hello? I have no idea what's going on. September 4th, 2006. Visited the library again. A bit more people than before, and among them was Brian. It's not worth a bother, but seeing a major skanks boyfriend but wandering around a library is uncanny by anyone's standards. He must have been there to pick the book up for Miss Lazley's assignment. I almost got too close to him, trying to see what he was going to pick. I really hope he didn't notice that. I'd rather be known as the regular geek than the creepy one. A jock in a library, now I have seen everything. Woe is me, hate to admit it, but seeing Brian at the library was today's only diary-worthy event. Probably because it's the only human interaction that didn't give me the sensation of someone talking behind my back. At least today's entry is a tad more meaningful than what I wrote yesterday. I need to revise my book options now. Write you later. Love, Sam. So what do I do with this? Okay. Guess it goes there. Alright. Turn around and sing one. Oh, my lights are coming back. I miss him, even when I'm with him. I see him, even when he's not looking. Are those my legs? Pretty sure those are my legs. Oh. Hello. What are you doing over here, friendo? Oh. Oh, this is gonna end well. You get it? Is that what I need the stick for? Okay. I mean, that's kind of strange, but I'd have to do it like. Oh, I mean, well, I think I'm ready too far into it, whatever. Anyway, September 7th, 2006. It was Mr. Kane's ninth psychology class, and he still managed to come up with another lame activity. This time, he gave each of us a sheet that made us write down some of our own personal traits. For the next 10 cringy minutes, I managed to squeeze out some of the aspects of myself that I could hate less. After that, Mr. Kane told us to think about whether or not others would agree to each of them. He called it re-engaging the perspective toward oneself. Blah, blah, blah. Like I really needed to reevaluate my stupid self. Relatable. I know where she's coming from. But it's not the dumb subconscious exercise that's bugging me right now. When the papers are being passed around, Brian, yep, him again, kinda smiled at me. It's 11 p.m. now. Why am I writing about this? It's most likely an accidental glance, but I still don't know why the very image hovered in my head for the rest of the class. Okay, the rest of the day. Stupid brain props wanted an excuse for screwing up today's math test. Get out of my brain. Oh, get out of my brain. I was about to read that as get out of my Brian. Oh, hi. Okay. We're just gonna pretend that wasn't there. Alright. As the time we spent together grew longer, one question kept on growing with it. What does the me in these eyes look like? Does he see me as I see him? Does he see me as I see myself? Does he see me as I want him to? I screamed in agony, but there was nobody to even hear. Will others think that I do not overthink? That you don't? Yeah, why not? Would never lie to my friends. Why would they think that you would lie to your friends? Never use other for my personal gain. Why, you think very poorly of yourself. You're worried about people thinking these things of you. Well, no on that one. Will others think that I won't betray anyone close to me, that you won't? Yeah, it's a good thing for people to think that you won't do. Never act on impulse. I mean... No? I don't know. Don't run away from any responsibilities. Yes. I think it's good that others think you don't run away from responsibilities. What am I... Oh. I don't know what that was all about. Okay. September 11th, 2006, I was returning some of the books I checked out when he came out of nowhere. Hey, anything worth reading? I never thought the voice was aimed at me, but my heart rate was somehow already skipping a beat. Brian had to tap me on the shoulder to get my complete attention. Sam, right? Saw you going in and out of the library, he said with buttery voice. It's not like I've been stalking you or anything. I come here from time to time, too, to get the stupid assignment out of the way so I can focus on my games. He said he couldn't find anything interesting to read, and since all he could think of were comics, he could use some guidance. My mind was still jumbled up from the ambush. All I remember saying is, how about Misery? Stephen King's works are good enough to get you started. Because boys like any story with blood and breaking bones, right? Oh god. I don't recall how the rest of the conversation went, but I'm certain he said, see you later at some point, and I said, yeah, see ya. Misery. Real nice, Sam. Brian didn't know you were a weirdo. Does now. There is nothing wrong with being weird. Live your best weird life. Oh. That's not okay. What I did for B. All of them because I loved him. Why couldn't he just understand? Others were nothing but poison. I was the only one who truly cared. But B didn't even appreciate the things I had done for him. I never wanted a drama, I wanted a poemish life. A tender, subtle love story written only for his eyes. It's totally fine if no one gets it, as long as B does. So they get kind of obsessive, I think. He was always welcome in my world. I gave him the key to it. Even if he lost it, he could always come back to our world to find it. And I think it's a good time to come back now, B. Let's go back to our small world, where I place my hearts at everywhere you love. Let's go back. Fire station, Joe's Diner, Park, Arcade, gym, salon, Cotton Hill. Something else I'm supposed to do with a pencil? Some lights flickered. Let's try the pencil. Nope, I can't do anything with the pencil. But I can't progress with the diary either. So I gotta do something somewhere. Oh, okay, I get you now. What am I missing? This won't let me turn the page. Oh. Oh, okay. So I have a key now. Oh, okay. Here's my other hearts. And Sharpie and another note. Oh, right, now we're going somewhere. September 16th, 2006. Turns out the lake does have a history of having a dead body in it. I know this because I visited there. I visited there because Brian took me there. What? It all happened so fast. I was outside the yard reading when Brian appeared out of nowhere. Again. He said, "Hey," started talking to me how he actually enjoyed the book and how he never read the same book twice in his life, and since he was heading out, he offered to give me a tour of town. 10 minutes later, we were passing Joe's Diner, home of the world-famous pancakes, says Brian. There was also an arcade across from the diner. Brian hates the place because it's teeming with 10-year-olds. The donut shop was Brian's must-go-to place, too, unlike the music store, which, according to him, seriously needs to restock. I found my own point of interest, a bookstore. It was weird seeing a bookstore and a gym standing side by side. At the end of the tour, I finally got to taste that sweet pancake Brian worshipped. Out the window, I could see the weird, gigantic hill that was also visible from my dorm. Brian revealed that it's a secret base of some kind, since few people knew actually visit Cotton Hill. He jokingly said he could take me there when I'm cool enough. After dinner, Brian dropped me off at the bus station and drove off to meet up with his friends. I was exhausted, but hyped up beyond my limits. I can't sleep. How can I, when the whole day just feels like a dream? Ah, okay. So, Joe's Diner, Cotton Hill, and the donut shop. Did I get that right? The light flickering. Tell me I got that right. Miss Morning Dew Bakery being for shut up about its donuts. So tasty. I mean, donuts are pretty goddamn good, and you really gotta screw up pretty bad to make a bad donut. They did taste sweet, just like Bee's heart. Each bite was another memory to savor. Cannibalism! Just like a donut, it had an expiration date. It turned cold and bitter. I miss its warmth. I miss its sweetness. I need it. I need to eat it up. I heard something clunk behind me. So, wonder what it could be. Stay tuned for part 2.